All right, what is up? Happy Monday, Anthony, with Bleacher Bums Gaming. And today we're going to take a further look at the ongoing development of Glory Days College football. And I want to talk specifically about one thing, that is flow of the game. So one thing I've been playing with is during the play-by-play mode to determine the winner of trench control or control of the line of scrimmage. We had been using basically the exact same star system that exists in Glory Days Boxing. And that system works very well in Glory Days Boxing because you have two fighters' cards next to each other. For college football, or this particular game at least, that's really not the case. And I was finding that at times it was kind of bogging play down, and really a lot of times just didn't run smooth. So I've been doing, spent the last week or so, and there haven't been any videos on the continued development during that time because I've been playing around developing another system. Same general concept, where one team based on talent attempts to gain control decisively or moderately gain control of the line of scrimmage, which of course will influence the result of the play positively or negatively. And what I've been playing around with is still using the 2D6, but using an 11 to 66 system instead of previously 5 versus 2. And the way that looked, I'll just show you here on the game chart. The way that looks here is basically the same as the simulated portion of the drive, where there is a difference between a team's run offense and another team's run defense, and that adjusts the ranges on the 2D6 on the 11 to 66 system, dictating where the play comes from off the team card, whether 3, 2, 1, 3 of course been best, basically a stalemate result, or here negative results coming off of the defensive card. So what that looks like, here I've made a new score sheet where you can basically just write in or type in that information. So it's a lot quicker to reference. You know right away if Bama has a run play and it's a roll of 24, you go right to that spot. There's no comparing stars, and then you go ahead and resolve the play-by-play mode. So I think it looks, hey, now what's up, buddy? I basically just think this works a lot more efficiently going through the play-by-play mode and getting the game resolved. And again, part of the purpose of this game was to create a game that simulates college football in a reasonable manner, is fun to play, and doesn't take 2 or 2+ hours to play, which is the reason for the simulated drive portion. If you like, spending 2+ hours playing it, you can play-by-play mode the whole way as well. But that, again, is the main principle of this. It's designed to be kind of a hybrid game where you simulate portions of the drive and then jump into play-by-play mode when you have a scoring opportunity. All right, so that said, we'll take a look at how that the revision to the trench control or control of the line of scrimmage ratings work, and we'll use Clemson, Alabama. Reason being, this is a very even matchup. Bama has a slight advantage in the passing game. Both teams have basically the best pass offense numbers you can have. Bama's pass defense is a tad better than Clemson's, and in run defense, basically the same against the other team's run offense. Both of those teams will result when it's in play-by-play -2 column, and then for passing, Clemson gets to roll theirs off the +1, Bama off the +2. And again, I've already filled those in on the score sheet, so we'll jump right in and start with a kickoff here. And the other thing too with going to this system, doubles, I didn't want to change the penalty, the way penalties are possibly determined or possibly occur. So doubles, you will still check the team's penalty rating to see if a penalty has occurred. All right, so we'll go Bama kicking off to Clemson. And again, we'll just do a quick playthrough to show you how this new design and tentative permanent design is working at this point. All right, so roll of 1, that's going to be a touchback. Clemson is going to start their first simulated drive on the 25-yard line. And I'm not going to be referencing the card for individual players on play results and play-by-play mode. I'll just be recording the results. All right, so both teams dead even in terms of drive offense and drive defense. So everything comes off the 0 chart, meaning Clemson needs 33 or better to have a sustained drive. They get that. And roll of 6 on the yardage determination chart is going to be 5 plays, 40 yards, which right away is going to put Clemson down on the Alabama 35-yard line with a scoring opportunity. The roll of the 2D6, 5 is going to be a 3rd and 7 situation as we jump into play-by-play mode. So 3rd down and 7, and Trevor Lawrence and the Tigers have their work cut out for them. Our first play look at the new system with the 11 to 66 method. So 44, first off, that is going to be a penalty on Clemson. We'll come back and check that after the results. But just to show you, 3rd and 7, it's going to be, you see here, it's actually going to be a short pass. So you look here, 44 on the pass for Clemson. 44 is going to be a -1, meaning it comes off of Alabama's card. So again, much easier than comparing stars. Alabama's card on a -1. Short pass, the result in a roll of 9 is going to be an incomplete. And that is a resolution. And let's see if Bama wants to take this penalty to maybe push Clemson out of field goal range. This would be a long field goal. This would be a 52-yarder. And Clemson, their max is 52, so they can attempt this at a 0 to 67 rate. So probably going to be prudent for Alabama to take this penalty. It's going to be a roll of 3, so that's a false start. I think Saban is confident, so he's going to push Clemson back to the 40 here. That's going to make it a 3rd and 12. And let's see if this comes back to bite him or not. All right, 3rd and 12, and the result is going to be a long pass for Clemson. Roll of 31. And again, just showing you pass play 31. That's going to be a +1 on Clemson. And again, in this situation, Bama is expecting a long pass. So that bumps it down to an even result 0. You just go 1 box up or down on the chart. That's the only adjustment you have to make, and that is also going to be an optional rule. All right, so it's going to go off 0 off of Clemson's long pass. Roll of 5, and it's going to be a 14-yard gain. So that actually backfires as Trevor Lawrence threads the needle, and that is going to be a 1st down. All right, so 14 yards on that. That gets it down to the Alabama 26-yard line where Clemson's going to have a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10. And straight into play-by-play mode, 1st and 10. This is going to be a short pass result roll of 43. And 43 is going to be another 0 result. And roll of 0, and that is going to be a 6-yard gain. So Lawrence, 2x2 in play-by-play mode on this drive. That's going to take it down to the 20-yard line. 2nd down and 4. 2nd and 4, and Clemson again to the air. Going back to passes, Lawrence, roll of 16, and 16 is going to be a +2 result. +2 result, short pass 8, and that is going to be an 8-yard pickup. So that gets it down to the 12-yard line. Clemson with another 1st down, and again, not taking that penalty. Coming back to bite the Crimson Tide. As 1st and 10, Trevor Lawrence brings the team up, and 1st and 10 is going to be another short pass, 52. Not as favorable here, though, as that is going to be a -1, meaning it will come off of Alabama's card. Roll of 8, short pass -1, and that's going to be a 5-yard gain and a possible sack. And Clemson's sack ratio is 1 to 5. Bama's adjustment on sacks is -1, 1 to 4. 3 is a sack. So they're going to get to Trevor Lawrence. It's going to be a 7-yard loss. 2nd down and 17 from the 19 now for the Tigers. As Bama's defensive line gets a good push into the backfield. Lawrence, no time to get rid of it. 2nd down, and Trevor Lawrence, he is going to throw another short pass attempt. 42. 42 will be a 0 result, roll of 0, and that's going to be a 6-yard gain. So that's going to make it 3rd down and 11 now from the 13-yard line. Trevor Lawrence 4 for 4 on this drive. See if he can again pull a rabbit out of his hat. Bama now expecting a long pass, so they'll get a bonus if that's what Clemson picks. They do indeed call the long pass. Got a penalty, no penalty on the roll of 15. So Bama on the roll of 33 is going to get the bonus here, and that is going to move it from a +1 down to a 0. So 0, roll of 1 on the long pass. That's going to be a 20-yard strike, and Trevor Lawrence, immaculate on this drive. It's going to be a touchdown pass as they were on the 13-yard line. So Clemson jumps on top Alabama here in the first quarter. 6-0 and 91. The extra point is up and good, and that makes it 7-0. Clemson and Alabama now set to receive the kickoff. So already a second-guess moment for Lou Saban as he had Clemson stopped 4th down, elected to take a penalty to try and bump them out of field goal position, and Trevor Lawrence converted. So here we go. It is going to be kickoff, and that's going to be a touchback. So Bama also is going to start their first drive of the game on the 25-yard line. Let's see what they get for their simulated portion of the drive as Mac Jones brings the offense out. And again, this is a dead even heat. A 33 or better, and Bama unable to sustain a drive as Clemson gets a quick 3 and out. No yards at all on that, so Bama's got a punt. And punting, they are a D, and punt return Clemson is a C. No penalty on that. And that is going to be a 44-yard punt. Takes it down to the 31-yard line, and the return for Clemson from the 31, 7C, and that's going to be no return, so they're going to take over their second drive of the day from their own 31. Let's see what Clemson does on their second drive to see if they can shock the tide and jump up by 2 scores here early in this game. And we're just going to play the first quarter, so it'll be 3 more drives here. I just wanted to talk about the new system for line control and show how that works. All right, so from the 31, 46, and Clemson is going to have yet another successful drive. And a 5, that's going to be 3 plays for 41 yards. It's going to take it down to the 28-yard line of the Tide, roll of 8 on the 2D6, and that's going to make it 2nd down and 10 from there. So Trevor Lawrence trying to stay Clemson. Hey, what's up, Mo? Yeah, at this point, we are, like I said, real close to dialing in the engine. The engine overall, I like. The thing that we're working the final tweaks on is this line control for play-by-play mode. And at that point, I will be ready to expand. So here we go. Roll of 7 on the play call. That's going to be a short pass for Clemson. And 15 on a pass play. That's going to be a 3 for Clemson. So favorable result there. 8 on a short pass call. 3, a 15-yard gain. So Trevor Lawrence is throwing BBs so far. So that's going to be another first down all the way down to the 13-yard line. Lawrence 6 for 6 in play-by-play mode so far. Mac Jones has not had the opportunity yet. 1st and 10. And 1st and 10, and Lawrence is going to go for the end zone here. Double 6s, though. That is not going to be good, and it's going to be a penalty against Clemson. So let's get the result first. 66, that's definitely going to be a -3 off Bama's card. -3 roll of 1 on the short pass, and that's going to be incomplete plus possible sack. So since we use that for the penalty, we'll have to roll again for the sack. It's got to be 1-4, and Lawrence is going to get sacked again, and they are definitely going to decline the penalty as he takes a 5-yard loss. Well, let's see what the penalty would be, first of all. If a holding, we'll probably take the holding. All right, holding on the offense 9 to 17, 10. And actually, Saban is going to take the holding penalty to make it first down and 20 instead. Playing percentages here, 1st and 20, and up comes Clemson, 8. That's going to be yet another long pass, 45. And 45 on the pass, that's going to be a -1 coming off of Alabama's card. So -1 on the long pass roll of 2. That's going to be incomplete and a possible sack again. No sack this time. And that's Trevor Lawrence's first incompletion of the day. Makes it 2nd down and 20. Ball on the Alabama 23. 2nd 20. And Lawrence going vertical again. 62, though. A bad roll for the Tigers. 62 on the long pass. That's going to be a -2 on Bama's card. Bama on the defense, -2. That's going to be incomplete. Makes it 3rd down and 20. And the Alabama defense finally stiffening after hemorrhaging yards that first drive and letting Clemson get down into scoring position on the second. 3rd and forever. And Trevor Lawrence just going to go underneath here. It's going to be a short pass attempt, roll of 42. And that will be a 0 result, roll of 2 on the short pass. That's going to be an 8-yard gain. Well short of the first down. Gets it down to the 15, though. Makes that field goal a little bit more manageable. It's going to be 4th down and 12 from there. And coming in to try the field goal, 15, 17. It's going to be a 32-yarder. And from 32 yards out, Clemson's kicker is 0 to 62. And 65, he shanks it, bounces it off the uprights. That's going to be a missed field goal. And a missed opportunity as Bama's going to take over. And they will take over on the 20 since the field goal came inside the 20. And a big stop for the Bama defense, 7-0 Clemson as Bama gets the ball for the 2nd time here in the 1st quarter. And let's see if they can sustain a drive. And Alabama does have a sustained drive, roll of 6 and 6 from the 20. That's going to be a good one. 6 plays, 43 yards for the Tide. And that gets it all the way down to the Clemson 37-yard line. And down and distance situation, 6 on the roll there. It's going to be 2nd down and 12. So not ideal, but it could be worse. 2nd and 12. Let's see what Mac Jones can do in play-by-play mode. We'll roll that again. And 0. That's going to be a run play. So they're going to try and catch Clemson Najee Harris. 42. And 42 in the run game, that's going to be a -1. So coming off of Clemson's card, run play, roll of 2. And that's going to be a 3-yard gain for Najee. And that brings up a 3rd down and 9 for the Crimson Tide from the Clemson 34-yard line. Mac Jones surveys the field, and 3rd and 6 plus. 6 is going to be a short pass, actually. And again, he's got some burners. 52, though, does not favor Clemson or Bama. That's going to be on Clemson's card, a -1. -1 roll of 6, short pass. And that is one of the bad results. That's going to be a 12-yard gain. So Mac Jones now converts as the Tide have a 1st and 10 down to the Clemson 22-yard line. And Clemson, that is a terrible result for them. So 1st and 10 with renewed life. Tide up to the line of scrimmage, and 7 going to be another short pass for Jones. Roll of 41 on the pass attempt. That's going to be a 0. So short pass 4, 0, 7 yards Jones. Again, he had a very led the nation actually in completion percentage. 7-yard gain down to the 15, 2nd down and 3. Let's see if they let Najee Harris eat here. 4 or less, it's a run play. 5, nope, they're sticking to the air. 65, though, that's going to be a -3 short pass off of Clemson's card. -3 and an 8, that's going to be incomplete, possible sack 4. So Bama, their sack ratio is 1 to 6, and Clemson is a +5. So Mac Jones is going to go down now as the Clemson front 4 gets to them. That's going to be a 7-yard loss, and that brings up Back to the 22. It's going to be 3rd down and 10. So -7 there. Both teams have suffered sacks here in the first quarter. 3rd and 10. Let's see if Mac Jones can pull it out again. It's going to be another long pass attempt. And Clemson will be expecting this. And 64, that's going to be a -3 on Clemson's card. -3-0, long pass. And 19 yards, but a possible interception. So Mac Jones, he is good taking care of the ball. And Clemson, they only have, in their -3 column, they have only 3 favorable results. 7 are bad, including 3 sacks. We still have to deal with the pick, of course. So Mac Jones, though, he does not throw interceptions. He is a 1-4. Clemson's adjustment, however, is a +7, and that is going to be a roll of 6. That's going to be picked off at the 2-yard line. I'm sorry, the 3-yard line. We'll do a return from there. So Mac Jones, a rare interception, and Clemson's defense playing lights out early here. Let's do the interception return. Interception return comes right here, a 4 and a 3. And 4 and a 3, that's going to be a 12-yard return out to the 15. So Clemson forces a turnover, and the final drive of the first quarter, they are going to take over at their own 15-yard line. And Nick Saban not happy. He's going to be trailing at least 7-0 going into the second quarter of this one, as it's going to be 73, and that's going to be another sustained drive, and it'll be 7 plays, 60 yards. So Clemson eating up huge amounts of turf here. It's going to go all the way down to the Alabama 25 and 5 on the 2D6 roll. It's going to jump to a 3rd and 7 situation from there. Still some work to do for the Tigers, as this drive will wrap up this stream, again demonstrating the new line control methods. And I think you can see even by playing this, it's goes a lot smoother than comparing star ratings. And again, I think that works really good for the boxing game where you have the cards side by side. I just wasn't feeling it here, and I like this method a lot more. And in very limited testing, getting the same feedback on that. All right, so here we go. 3rd down and 7, Trevor Lawrence, and let's see what Clemson has in store here. 3rd and 7, that's going to be a long pass attempt. Bama's going to be expecting it. It's going to be another penalty against Clemson here. So roll of 22, and 22, that would normally be a +2. It's going to be bumped to a +1 due to the fact that Bama's defense was expecting that. So +1, long pass, roll of 1, and that's going to be incomplete. Saban is going to decline whatever the penalty is at this point. He learned his lesson after that first drive, which led to the game's only touchdown. So Clemson, they are going to be in to try their 2nd field goal, and last one was missed. This will be a 42-yarder. Clemson, they do fare a little bit better here. 0 to 85. Kick is up, and it is good, and that is the end of the first quarter. Clemson shocking the Crimson Tide here, 10-0 after 1. Hey, what's up, Brock? Hey, Brock, just type if you got here early enough for me to explain. I know I emailed you about it, talking a little bit about that system, but if you heard me explain how the line control works now with 11 to 66 versus just comparing the dice and comparing star ratings. If you did not, I can go ahead and do one more drive if you like, as this has gone pretty quick. So as we get ready to start the second quarter, I'll wait for Brock to chime in. Now, what the heck? We will do one more drive anyway. So Bama, let's see if the between quarters pep talk from Saban, which was probably quite animated and profanity laced, inspires them to do a little bit better here. As Clemson set to kick it off, and again, Clemson with a excellent kickoff game. And that's going to be a touchback. So Bama, and this will be the last drive, and we'll call the stream. So this will give both teams 3 drives here. So first drive of the second quarter. JAA says one more drive. We got it. And all right, good. Did not catch that. So first of all, before I do this drive, let's just look here. So the initial prototype and testing was, of course, star ratings off the cards, very similar to Glory Days, well, exactly the same way I did it with Glory Days boxing. And again, just wasn't feeling the flow. So here, what you will do is compare a team's run offense and run defense, pass defense, etc. And then you take the ranges here in the appropriate columns. So for both teams, the running game is a -2. And these rolls tell you which column to look on the team card for the result. And again, much smoother. So the way you document that is the score sheet's also been revised. So now you just mark that on the score sheet. You can see here, both teams are the same run. The 3 is 11 to 14, et cetera, all the way down. Pass, Bama, a little bit better in the pass results in terms of getting more favorable results. So that's a quick description of the change. And again, so far, very promising and looking like the way wheel versus the exact imitation of Glory Days boxing. All right, so let's do that drive for Bama. Let's see if they can have another drive, and that's going to be caught up again. So we'll rerun at 65 and 65. That is going to be a sustained drive. So going from the 25-yard line, roll of 19 on the drive chart, and that's going to be 6 plays, 40 yards for the Tide. So down to the 35-yard line of Clemson, and a roll of 7 on the down and distance. That's going to be a 1st and 10 scenario. So Mac Jones now 4 downs to work with here and in good position to get the Tide on the board. Let's see what they come out with, and they're going to give the ball and feed Najee. 62, though, -3. That's going to Clemson's card, and Clemson, that's going to be a stuff. So Clemson stacking the box. They try to run into it, and that's going to be a gain of, well, a loss of -1. So that makes it 2nd and 11 as Bama. Tough time getting the rushing attack going in this one. 2nd 11, Jones, and 2nd 11, they're going to call a draw play, and 16, they're going to get a good result there. So that's going to be a +2 on Bama's card, roll of 7, +2 roll of 7, only a 4-yard gain, though. Still better than a loss. That's going to make it 3rd down and 7. As the Tide get a little bit of positive yardage there on the ground. 3rd and 7, Clemson expecting a long pass. 3rd and 7, and it is indeed, actually it's going to be a short pass. So Jones looking to work underneath, let his receivers run after the catch. Roll of 53 on the pass. That's going to be -1 coming off of Clemson's card. -1 roll of 2 on the short pass. And Clemson unlucky on defense. They are there. The coverage is there, but Jones threads the needle. That's a 14-yard gain. So the only blemish for Jones thus far was that interception he threw on the last drive. So it's going to be 1st and 10 down to the 18-yard line. And the Tide finally looking like they have the offense together. They trailed as 10-0 early in the 1st quarter. And Jones is going for the end zone. A long pass call and roll of 41. It's going to be a 0. So 0, Jones, roll of 5, and that's going to be a 15-yard strike. Not quite into the end zone, but that will be down to the 3-yard line. 1st and goal for the Tide there, as that was an absolute rocket down the seam. As that pass is hauled in by Mechie, and 1st and goal, Alabama in great shape here, looking to get on the scoreboard. And, of course, it is going to be a running play. 51, though, they're getting unfortunate with those results on the play-by-play chart. Coming off of Clemson's card once again, -1 roll of 3. And -1 roll of 3, that's going to be a 2-yard gain. So down to the 1 goes Najee Harris, 2nd down and goal from there. As Bama has not run the ball well at all today. Neither team has, actually. So 2nd down and goal from the 1 and up to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a play-action attempt, short pass by Mac Jones, and he is deadly on the short pass. Roll of 0, 4 on the 0 chart, and that's going to be a 7-yard gain, touchdown. So Alabama on the scoreboard, and they can pull within 3 with a successful extra point. 97 or less, kick is up and good, and Alabama is on the scoreboard. So 10-7 here early in the second quarter, and that is it, guys. So we'll call it a stream. And again, showing the new system for line control here. And definitely, I know a few people will be watching this later. Leave a comment if you like this. Again, in testing thus far, it has been much smoother. Results have still been good, and gets you through the game, again, a lot more seamlessly. I hated sometimes where using the Glory Days star system just kind of made things seem clunky. But we will finish this game probably tomorrow, as I've got some things to do this evening, and we'll let the whole game play out and see how this ends up. But thanks for watching this. And again, leave comments, like it, don't like it, questions, and we will see you later. This is Anthony with Bleacher Bums Gaming. Hope you all have a great night, and take care. Thanks for watching.